Welcome to day 29. You guys have made it to day 29 of this challenge. That's so awesome. You have one more day. I'm so proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. You're so awesome. So today we're going to actually talk about my 3 least favorite parts of being alcohol-free. I know I'm always rainbows and unicorns about, oh, being alcohol-free is totally awesome, but there are some parts that have been really hard for me, and there are parts that I still struggle with from a day-to-day basis, sometimes more every other day, every other 3 days. It gets easier, I promise, but there's still parts where I'm like, ugh, that's not very fun. Number 1 definitely has to be explaining myself to other people. When I have to say, oh, I don't drink, I try not to bring it up very often because I don't like the questions, but if people do kind of find out and I'm like, oh, I don't drink, and just that questions that they ask me, and sometimes I just kind of want it to stop because I'm like, okay, it's enough. You don't need to know every detail of my life. So most of the time I know people are just asking because they're curious and maybe they're thinking this is something that they want to do, and I do try to answer truthfully and honestly. But every now and then I've had to deal with a few people who really keep asking and maybe asking too much and getting a little too personal. So that's probably my least favorite part. That's definitely number 1. Number 2 has been dealing with some emotions that I definitely used to bury with alcohol. And I never really thought I was that person, but I knew I buried stress. Like I knew I didn't deal with stress, and I would drink because I was stressed out and it would make it go away. Like I knew that was there. But just kind of dealing with different emotions as they come up and really just having to sit with them and problem solve how to make them go away, or deciding if they're just something that's always going to be there. So that's something that has been more difficult than I thought it was going to be. You know, even being super happy for me used to be like, I'm so happy, let's go celebrate, let's go have some beers. And now it's like, I'm so happy. Hooray. And two, when I am just like totally bummed, it would be easier to have a glass of wine and make that bummed feeling go away. But I don't do that anymore. So that's number 2, is dealing with my emotions. And number 3 is I miss beer. Like I miss the ritual of beer. I miss going to breweries and really getting to try the different IPAs. I miss talking to people about beer. I miss checking it out in the grocery store. I still honestly go look in the grocery store every now and then just to be like, oh, look, a new IPA. I wonder what it tastes like. I'll never know. But I think people think that it all just went away for me because I am so excited and pumped up about not drinking, because you guys, the positives far outweigh the negatives. But I definitely miss parts of it, and there are definitely parts of it that are hard. So never think, man, I did this 30-day journey and this lady was like so bubbly along the way and excited, and it's like she never had a struggle with this whole thing. I do, and I'm always here for you to hear your struggles, because maybe I've had the same ones, and if I haven't, maybe I have friends who have, and I can talk to you about them. So never be afraid to reach out if you are having some of those struggles, and maybe even make your own little list of like, what do you miss? Because if you do miss beer, how can you fix that? Like I have totally fixed it with kombucha. It's a replacement for me, and I can do non-alcoholic beer if I really want to. I don't do that very often. But it's, you know, there's fixes out there. There's things you can do. There's ways you can deal with it. And alcohol won't fix everything. It'll actually make everything worse, I promise. So I hope you enjoyed hearing my 3 least favorite parts of being alcohol-free. If you want to drop your 3 least favorite parts of being alcohol-free below, feel free to do that, because that's always fun to read those too. And if there's one that's just been nagging at you and is making it so it's really feeling hard to continue on after 30 days, but you actually want to, let me know and let me problem solve with you. That would be great. So, all right, I hope you all had a great day 29.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you're notified when my next videos are released. Thanks for watching!